Good Monday evening, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Safety Stop right here on the Penny Royal Divers Group. And JoJo, what's going on?
I flipped over on page and my mic turned on.
Okay.
No, not much. It's a Monday night. Happy to be here.
I know, it is a Monday night, and we've got something really cool coming up next week. We're going to be out of town,
Yes.
doing the DEMA thing. Now, if you're not familiar with DEMA, it is a professional trade show for the scuba industry. It's it's where they debut like all the new toys coming out for 2023 or 24. Um, loads of educational opportunities. And this year, for the first time, I think, was it like 20 something years, it's being hosted in New Orleans.
I can't wait to go. I've never been to New Orleans, so it's gonna be
Oh,
a treat for me.
oh, never been to New Orleans.
Yeah, so I am looking forward to some
Okay.
actual Southern seafood and
Well,
some
now,
jazz
now
music.
I've been to New Orleans twice actually. Once when I was a kid, we went on vacation, and then the last time I was there was the Mardi Gras before Katrina. So I
Uh,
haven't been back since. So it's going to be real interesting to see how much has changed in almost 20 years.
yeah, I know we've already got plans to go down to Bourbon Street and meet a few friends, so
Oh yeah.
I'm
Well,
looking forward to it.
and Joe, have you've never been to Dima, have you?
I have not.
Okay, so you're in for a real treat. Let me tell you, there's a lot of walking, but there's a whole lot of dive gear too. So you know, it's kind of like being in the big kids Toys R Us store, except you can't take anything home. You can order it, but you can't take it home. So
Yeah, but no, it's my first year. I've already signed up for a bunch of classes to help, so I can help out the shop more, help just everybody out more.
oh
The
yeah.
more experience I have, the better things are.
Well,
Looking
and
forward to the
Demon,
new toys.
huh, do I?
I'm looking forward to those new toys.
Oh yeah. Well, it's I've been to the last couple of shows. And of course, up to the pandemic, it was okay. I mean, it was decent turnout. Not like the first year I was. I think there was like 11 or 12,000 people at DEMA the very first time I went. So it was huge. And anyway, pre-pandemic, so 2020, it was supposed to have been back in New Orleans. And of course, we all know what happened with all that. But so, they rotated on a 3-year schedule. So this is actually the first time. And when me and Brian and Dan were down there last year in Orlando for DEMA, uh, that was the smallest DEMA show I'd ever seen. I mean, it just there just wasn't a lot of the big manufacturers wasn't there. Scuba Pro wasn't there. Uh, Atomic or not Atomic, Aqualung wasn't there. So some of the big names weren't there at DEMA last year, but I've noticed they're going to be there this year. So I think everybody
Yeah,
was kind of, huh?
yeah, I seen that their names are on the brochure,
Yeah.
and
So I think everybody was kind of waiting until it was in New Orleans because, like I said, it's been 20 something years since it was in New Orleans, and now it's back. Everybody's excited for that change. I know I am.
I am. I mean, I'm just going through the seminars. The first 2 days I'm in class all day, but for Wednesday or Thursday and Friday I'm in seminar, and I'm really looking forward to like the manta ray excursion in Hawaii. And they're going to go
Oh yeah.
through a lot of the manta rays, and
Well, there's a lot
uh,
of
looking forward to that
educational.
info.
Yeah, there's a lot of educational things that go on at DEMA. Of course, you have to be a dive professional in the industry to be able to go, which it makes it kind of nice because it's geared for dive professionals. It's not for consumers. So all of the service technician classes. Dan offers a host of different topics, medical in scuba. So it's a long week, I'll tell you.
Yeah, my itinerary is full.
Yeah, and
Uh,
taking classes and stuff. Done a lot of classes last year. So mine's going to be more meetings this year, and networking. But there's a lot of walking involved, and don't expect to see everything because there is a ton of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Thursday I have set up time to make sure I can walk the floor and look at stuff, and I really want to talk to. And there's a lot of them there. People doing dive trips, and you know how I like to do the dive trip. So
Oh
maybe I
yeah.
can bring something extra, you know, to the table for us here in the near future.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But DEMA is it's something that a lot of people look forward to. It's a great networking thing for us as dive professionals. But it's a chance for us to get away and get educational opportunities, like your equipment service repair technician. Yeah, I think you're doing what Sherwood and
Yeah, I'm doing all the Sherwoods, every single one of
gotcha. So it's a very interesting show, and of course, I know we'll be traveling on Monday. So me and Crystal was talking about it the other day. We don't know if we're going to get down there in time to actually host Monday night safety stuff. So it's all going to depend on we're driving, so it's going to depend on what time we get down there and get settled in and all that. Of course, hey, we'll be able to do it in the same room, JoJo.
them. Yeah, uh, just get in front of the same computer and wave at y'all.
Yeah. Well, at least we know we can go live on the road, so that makes it nice.
Yeah, let's try to do that while you're driving.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be messing with the computer while I'm driving, that's for sure. All right.
But
Well,
yeah, I'm
let's
looking forward to it.
well, we're going to continue on the DEMA conversation here in just a minute, but I'm going to go ahead. We were talking last week about some of the back to basics and dive physics and, physiology and stuff. So, doesn't look like we got a huge crowd watching tonight, but we're going to throw this out there. I see Mr. Mike Schutz is here. Good evening, sir. He's the only one besides JoJo's little minion there that has commented. But hey, comment, let us know you're in here. But tonight's question is actually it's actually not a question. It's the answer. You have to give us the question. So it's kind of like Jeopardy. So let's go ahead and throw this up there, JoJo, and see if anybody can get it. We'll throw it up for a minute and then we'll talk about it. So tonight's answer is in a mixture of non reacting gases, the total pressure exerted is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of the individual gases. So that's tonight's trivia. Not question, but trivia answer. We want to know what the question is. What is? We'll let you fill in the blank. Mike says we need to go to beignets at Cafe Demond down on Decatur Street. So, JoJo, I'm going to let you make note of that.
Yeah, I've heard about beignets. I've already been YouTubing it. I heard that is a great place to get something to eat. So,
Well, I know Krista said something a while ago about we got to get a beignet, and I'm like, a what? uh,
yeah.
I know
So,
what a baudet is, but not a beignet or beignet. All
well,
right,
one of my favorites is Bodine. So
Bodines.
I'll be looking for that when I'm down there.
Like I said, it's been almost 20 years since I've been to New Orleans, so not really. I don't even know if the places that I went to back then are even still there.
My understanding, there's a restaurant down there that's been there for over 200 years.
Oh, probably.
Before we were even a country. Uh,
Well, I don't know. I know I have been down to the French Quarter, down Bourbon Street, and can't say I'd really want to go diving down there because there's really no place to go.
uh,
But, huh?
but you can drive 3 hours.
You can. Yeah, I mean, you're already driving almost 10, so what's another 3?
Well, I mean, you're not really adding your drive time to it. You just we leave Dema, drive 3 hours to your hotel room, go diving the next morning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Let's
There's a
see.
slew of dive spots between you know
Oh, yeah.
New Orleans and Panama City.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, most definitely. Uh, yeah, and get some fried gator tail. Ooh, I love good gator tail. I mean, it
Gator
just,
tail's good,
oh, yeah.
especially if somebody knows how to cook it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get it around
I was
here.
yeah, I mean, I was reading one about. I'm a big person on like Alfredo, and they had a crawfish Alfredo, and that kind of sounded good to me.
Well, and we're talking about for those who are just joining us, we're going to be traveling next week to the annual DEMA show, and this year it's in New Orleans. So we're talking about different things in New Orleans. Some of the new stuff that we're going to get to see. Nice little new scuba toys. Have my Santa's wish list out, saying, "Okay, I want one of those."
Well, I don't know if they'll have it this year, but I know it's been at the last two Demas. The BCD list tanks.
Oh yes, I don't. Yeah, I don't remember seeing those last year.
I don't remember. I know they've been in Hawaii. Like you take a special course to dive with them, but I don't think they're for sale or anything. I think they're
And
kind of a niche thing right now.
I don't even know if they're not for sale or anything. I don't even know if they're going to be if they would be at DEMA. So that's because usually that's for the manufacturers and dive travel uh, coming out with their specials and their newest, latest, and greatest equipment for the next season.
But yeah, I was hoping maybe we'd see that.
Don't know. I know one thing I miss is the Be a Diver pool that was always at DEMA. Of course, they done away with that during the pandemic, and I don't even know what happened to it. But like some of the manufacturers would schedule time in the pool, and you could actually go and demo some of this new stuff. They would have demo units that they would take, and you could actually demo them in the pool at DEMA. But yeah,
Yeah, that's one of the things that's hard to do is try new gear out without having to spend a boat ton of money to just to try something.
yeah. Jojo, it appears. Are you seeing the feed? I mean, I'm showing it's going out, but it appears that my Facebook is frozen.
I'm not seeing it frozen on the stream.
Okay, it must be mine. I'm gonna reset it here because yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. Okay,
They don't like it.
I guess. Well, yeah. Oh, okay. There we go. I got it back now. It did. It just froze up. So I don't know. I guess it's got a lack of nitrogen buildup or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm able to see the comments and stuff now, but yeah, I mean, it's a great way to end the dive season with DEMA being right at the end, and for us, it falls sometimes between the second to last weekend and last weekend of the regular park schedule, and then sometimes it falls the week after we close the season. So I looked at I think it was Thursday or Friday, the next 3 years, including this one. It's the week after we close the season. So we don't have to rush to get back. Now, I think 27, 26 or 27 it's in between. So if we go, we'll have to go and then come back on Friday to be at the park Saturday. But hey,
Yeah.
we get
I
three
don't know
years, right?
about unless it's going to be my dive trip. I don't know if I'll be going next year, but I definitely will go on a dive trip.
Well, and we've got a few of those. I think you've got one in the works.
Yeah.
You know,
Thing with me is I just I'm stuck on the date.
Stuck
I
on
got
the
three
date.
weekends. The North Carolina thing I like to do, but I can't pick a date. Um,
Well, kind of hard
Sixth
to
to the
kind of
ninth.
hard to make plans if you don't have a date.
Yeah, June 6th to the ninth, 13th, 16th, or the 20th through the 23rd. The dates I'm thinking.
Oh
One
yeah.
I like is right smack in the middle. They're three consecutive weekends.
Well,
But that middle one's Father's Day weekend.
we've already come out. Of course, the Roatan trip has not come out yet because not all the staff members have given the I'm going or I'm not going. But we did put out the other day the Georgia Aquarium trip, which is an annual event.
Mhm.
And then I'm just waiting on dates so I can make my little thing up and put it out, and you guys go have fun doing some North Carolina wreck diving. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It is. And I want to make it. I want to try to pick the best date, so most people can go as possible. And that really is the hard part. Is do I pick Father's Day weekend, which is the weekend I would choose because it's Father's Day and I want to go diving. But others might not feel that same way. So
Well, that's true. I mean, you know, when is the best time to go diving? My answer is anytime, but
anytime.
if you
But
can get away.
I'm kind of going towards that 20th to the 23rd. One, the water's a little bit warmer. We're a little closer to July, so if we go like the 6th to the ninth, we're probably going to still need that wetsuit.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know, give you a perfect opportunity to play with that new dry suit.
I'm already playing with the dry suit. I'll be playing with it all winter.
When does your
My
diving
time of
season
year, we
end?
got
It
to figure
don't.
out time to go to Florida.
Yeah. My dive season never ends. I got a dry suit. Oh goodness. But yeah, so got that coming up, and of course, North Carolina offers some great wreck dives. I know the U boats down there, which is a popular dive site. I think it's advanced though, isn't it? Don't you have to have deep?
It is. I'm going to go with a different uh, operation. Not that there was anything wrong with the one we had. One, the price was
Oh
getting a little
yeah,
hard to chew. And don't get me wrong, they're worth the money. Uh, and they're like exclusive. Like if you want to go to the U boat, you got to go through them. There's nobody else that does it.
yeah,
But I think we're going to move a little further south down to Wilmington. Uh, Another credible shop down there, and they got a lot of nice wrecks as well. As we're going to have the tiger sharks. Everything the same. Just we're going to be able to have any level of diver and not just advanced divers.
gotcha. Uh, Mr. Tim Walters, good evening, sir. He said, "What's the temp of North Carolina diving?" So, JoJo, I'm going to let you take that one. Actually, temp and
The
depth.
temps, uh, they'll be about 80ish, probably 76 or so, about 100 degrees or 100 feet down. I
100
dive
degrees.
it in shorts. Uh, Around we normally go July 4th of July weekend. Last two times I've went.
Well, the last time you didn't get to dive, I remember that one.
That's true. The water was still warm. It was the weather that didn't cooperate.
Well, I
And
think you got as close as getting ready to step foot on the boat, right?
on the boat,
Yeah, you were
yes,
still
we
on the
were getting
dock,
ready to get
literally
on the
on the
boat.
dock.
Yeah, all our gear was there, and then the no personal watercraft was issued, and right then and there they canceled it.
Yeah.
So
But
even
at
though
least,
it's a 40-foot boat, which could easily handle the surf, once you jump in the water, you're now a personal watercraft. So
yeah, exactly. Well, in a 40-foot boat like that, you take the surf up and down. I mean, it creates a hazard to divers trying to get
Oh
back
yeah.
on the boat. So
So
yeah, that's one
it,
thing. As seasoned divers, you can kind of deal with it a little bit better. But if you've never been in 4 or 5 foot swells, it's a booger to get back on the boat.
yeah, and they're not short boat rides either. It's 2 hour boat rides to
Oh yeah.
dive sites.
Well, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Brian was talking about doing a tech trip to the Oriskany sometime next year.
Yeah,
So
if you get
that's
enough people on the tech boat there, he'd like to do it. Which I'm very interested in doing that one.
yeah. I've dove the Oriskany. Now my history on the Oriskany was 3 months after they sank it. This was in 2006. So it was open to whoever wanted to dive it. But of course, it's kind of settled a little bit since then. And when I was there, the top of the con tower was like 55 to 60 foot, and now I think it's like setting what 80, the top of it.
Yeah, it's a little deeper. You still kind of do it in recreational limits, but it's kind of almost a touch and go now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when I done it, I was actually able. The flight deck was at 132, so I was actually able to touch the flight deck, and then I worked my ascent back up the con tower. So that it was a really good dive because you drop down, hit the flight deck, and then start working your way around the con tower. Made a really nice dive. You know, 25-30 minute dive. Not bad.
No, not bad at all. And of course, we'll we'll be looking at somewhere between 60 to 80 feet on these dives. So it's nitrox is going to be handy, but not necessary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
uh, weather's really the big part on it. Is weather can be questionable in North Carolina, but that's the risk you kind of got to take for some of these good dives.
Well, when you're doing dive travel, that's something that it's going to play a part of. I was just reading, matter of fact, not only reading, but I actually got a message the other day from one of our friends down in Roatan that it was raining like crazy down there. There was a hurricane hurricane threat or something. Uh, and then I noticed on a Facebook post that I guess this last week, uh, there was 2 or 3 days that they weren't able to dive down there just because conditions were, weather was not cooperating.
Yeah. And some things I'm doing to combat this is like one, I'm adding another day diving. So instead of 2 days, it's going to be three. Um, and unlike the other spot, we have some stuff we can do. Uh, if we can't dive, we can go to the battleship and take the battleship museum over there. So
Well,
you know,
you was talking about
there's
that, and
something to do other than diving.
well, you was talking about that, and I just had a flashback of our 2020 impromptu
Yeah,
Key Largo trip of trying to find
yeah.
a place to dive.
I'm trying to make the plan B's too. It's like okay, I want 3 or 4 fallbacks, so you don't feel like there's dive trip has been a complete waste of your time.
Let me tell you, that was probably the most trying dive trip that I've ever led.
Yeah,
Was that one in 2020? The backstory to it. Of course, it was supposed to have been when we're supposed to be in Roatan, and of course, the pandemic, flights, everything got shut down. So out of country. So there we were scrambling to go somewhere, and the Keys was it. But like
yeah.
JoJo was
Last
saying,
minute airfare to fees and all that fun stuff.
I mean, it was a fun trip. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. But, yeah, it was scratching your head because the dive operator called every morning saying, "We're not going out. We're not going out." So it's like, okay, what do we scramble to find a dive today? It was bad enough. We found a rock quarry in the Keys. So now
You're right.
at least we know a place to go if we ever that ever happens again.
I watched a YouTube video on that actually, and they do actually have a car under there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, that mysterious car that somebody stole and drove into it. There
Oh
is
yeah.
actually one down.
Oh yeah. I mean, trying to find a place to dive during inclement. Well, it really wasn't inclement weather. The weather was beautiful. It was the
Yeah,
seas.
real great. Yeah, it was 4 to 5 foot seas every day.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was what even the days that we were out on the boat, which was what 3 days on the
Yeah,
boat.
something like that. They're jumping.
Oh yeah, yeah. Looks like Mr. Howard has joined us. Good evening, sir. We're just talking about the little bit of dive travel and some of the upcoming events, like DEMA, that's going to be going on next week, and ready to get our uh, crawfish boil on, and gator tail, and all that.
So yeah, so this is gonna be one thing with Dima is can I get down there and who can I? What's interesting can I go find? I
Well,
don't want to do something everybody else is doing at the same time. I want something really cool.
oh yeah. Well, it's if you're looking at dive travel and stuff, dive travel is heavily represented at DEMA. So, I mean, you've got dive operators from, you know, all over that will be there. You can get information. I mean, they've got their own little areas. I know Bonaire has an area, Fiji, Roatan, Mexico. I could just go the Philippines. I can just go on and on about the awesome destinations that are actually represented. Uh, I've said it many times. It's DEMA is the equipment end of it is shrinking. The travel end of it is growing.
Yeah, well, maybe we can throw a liveaboard somewhere in there, or a trip to Mexico and go explore some cantinas or something.
Well, I would love to do a liveaboard. In the 32 years that I've been diving, I actually have never done a liveaboard. I've
I
always
haven't
went to
either.
an
It's on
island.
my bucket list. Yeah, and I've seen some great ones, and you can only get to dive spots by these liveaboards. So
Oh yeah, uh, but it would, liveaboard's just that. You're eating, you're sleeping, and you're diving. So most of the times, the divers that travel with us, they want to do a couple, maybe 3 dives a day, and then go do something else, whatnot. Liveaboards, there's really not a lot to do other than eat, sleep, and dive.
yes,
So, but I mean, liveaboards, to me, if your whole thing is you want to rack up dives, see some places that not a lot of people see, liveaboards are the way to go.
yeah, I'd love to put one together. So have a group of 8 of us just go out and have a good time.
Well, I told you the other day, JoJo, you just need to look at blackbeards.
I have. Problem with Blackbeards is that you got to clean the bathroom.
And when it's your
I don't
day
know
to
how
clean the
nasty
head.
some people can be. They're not
uh,
paying me to clean up other people's crap.
well, sometimes you just got to take one for the team. What is it? One day out of the whole trip, you got to clean a bathroom?
Yeah, one day, but oh, jeez, I've seen some nasty stuff.
uh, oh, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, if that's what you're looking for in dive travel, now, me personally, I love seeing new places, going to, dive something different. Uh, a liveaboard would definitely get you the ability to, dive off the beaten path. There's dive sites everywhere, and if you're staying on an island, depending on where you're at, you can dive these dive sites, whatnot. But the liveaboards will be able to go places that island dive shops don't go.
Yeah, you got the luxurious catamarans that are absolutely gorgeous. It's like being butlered in in the middle of the ocean, and then you got like Blackbeards, which is more like camping in the ocean, which absolutely sounds great. Pack a hammock and throw it on the deck and go to sleep at night. I mean, that sounds awesome to me. But that's
Howard says, I just want to dive, dive, and dive. Sleeping is overrated. Uh, and I think you can relate to that one there, can't you, JoJo?
yeah. I haven't done as much as I want, but you know, I'll do more.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Dave
I've been
Lowney,
thinking
good
about going
evening.
back to Bon Air for that one.
There you go. Mr. Dave Lowney, good evening, sir. He says he can't wait for Egypt's Red Sea next year. Live aboard. Yeah, you know, as much as I would love to dive the Red Sea, I just don't think I would be able to survive the travel over there. That's a long, long flight.
Yeah, he's talking. I don't want to go to Turks and Caicos personally, so
Yeah.
I could do the flight. I'll probably have to go first class so my butt fits in the seat.
Yeah, I'd have to have room. I mean, it would be, I couldn't sit there like a sardine for, you know, 10, 12 hours. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Uh,
about 4 hours of the armrest jabbing me in the sides enough.
oh, yeah. Mr. Tim says liveaboards are awesome. He's done two of them. Amazing food, great food. Okay. I mean, I've heard, you know, great things from folks who have done liveaboards. I would like to do one. I'm going to add that to my bucket list uh, because I haven't done one. But, you know, I think it would be fun.
Winter 2025.
One thing about it, I know my wife will never do it. So,
Let's see. I think it's summer in the Galapagos this time of year, or that time of year.
yeah. But oh yeah, you know, all this dive travel is just making me ready to go somewhere. Oh, did you freeze up, JoJo?
I hit a button and it kicked me off.
Oh, I was going to say it's like, which
I just don't.
I'll tell you the delay. I just seen it on Facebook. The delay was awesome because you're just froze, and then you're like, Tim says Turks on the Aggressor was amazing. Wi-Fi all week because you're close to shore. Okay, good tip to know. Which I don't know. You know, there's several liveaboard
Lagging.
operators.
There we go.
Huh?
It looks like we're lagging there for a second.
Oh, no. I think, yeah, I think you froze up because it just seen you move real quick. uh, all right. Let's see what time. Okay, 8:35. All right. I think I seen Frank throw an answer up to tonight, or a question up to tonight's answer. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this back up there for you guys who are tuning in. It's kind of like a Jeopardy question, so put it in that mind frame. This is actually the answer. We want to know what the question is. In a mixture of non reacting gases, the total pressure exerted is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of the individual gas. I know, like I said, I think Frank has already thrown up his guess. So if you guys want to jump in on this and take a wild guess, put your answer in the comment. Have you answered it yet, JoJo?
You want me to?
No, you know the answer. we're gonna make it fair. We know the answer.
I want to say Frank. His answer's wrong. It ain't in Jeopardy form.
Oh, it's ah yeah. That's all right. We won't hold it against him. We're not playing by Jeopardy rules anyway, so because this isn't Jeopardy. Oh, so yeah, so liveaboards. My next question is going to be for you guys who are watching. If you're getting ready to go on dive travel, take a vacation or whatnot, throw up in the comments where you're going. I'd be interesting to see, where everybody's traveling to over the next few months, since it's going to be cool here at home.
Well, I'm looking for a nice dive on Sunday.
Well, what about Saturday?
Saturday, I got Boy Scouts and cheer.
What? Oh, that's right. But there's night dive, right?
I gotta do that whole kid thing.
Yeah, but there's night dives, right?
If I get down there in time.
Well, I got a feeling it's going to be dark by the time you get down there.
Yeah, probably be dark before I even leave. The way it's looking.
Oh, yeah, I tell you, it's one thing I was not ready for was the time change. But hey, hopefully one day we won't have to worry about that. Maybe.
Doubt it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so you're going to be taking the Sherwood Repair Clinic, Service Technician Clinic. What other classes are you doing at DEMA, JoJo?
Uh, Mainly them going through their whole lineup from uh, their basic model all the way up to the RS2s. That's 2 days right there,
Oh yeah.
just training. I didn't see anybody else doing classes
Oh, there's a
other
ton of
than
classes.
SPI or whatever they call themselves.
Yeah. Oh, there's a ton of classes and stuff. You just have to look and see. I know Dan puts on a lot of seminars. DEMA puts on seminars. I know SSI's putting on some seminars.
I
Uh,
am signed up for like a bunch of the seminars,
yeah,
the free
yeah,
stuff.
the free stuff. Yeah, the good stuff they charge you for.
Yeah, uh, all those player clinics, they took a chunk.
Oh yeah. Well, they always do, but the good thing about it is, at least once you go through it, you're considered factory trained, and so it makes repair work a whole lot easier because number one, you know what you're doing, and number two, you know the parts. So,
Yes, and the part numbers, I have access to the part systems and all that good stuff.
oh
Now,
yeah,
you know, y'all have done a great job of teaching me the ins and outs of them. But hey, this has come from the horse's mouth itself. So
oh yeah, oh, of course, it's a great opportunity. I won't forget the first time I went to a repair clinic and done the service technician classes. Um, which I've done it with Sherwood for years. Tusa, uh, back when we were White's dry suit dealer. The best one was when they come out with the silicone seals, uh, the glue in. This was before the quick change stuff. And they come out with the silicone seal, so we were taught how to put all this in and all of that. So a lot of great information, that service technicians can get at DEMA. Of course, it's not like a scuba certification. Most of the manufacturers require service technicians to go through the clinic once every 3 years. So your class is good, or your certification is good for 3 years, and then you have to go back in. Of course, let's look at the way these manufacturers are making equipment. They're changing little things here and there, and in 3 years, they probably got a brand new model on the market that you've never worked on.
oh yeah, you gotta know where to pack in the silicone and where to leave the silicone out. So
Or
it's
if you even use silicone.
yeah, I say, do you even use it?
A lot of places are getting away from using silicone just because uh, the use of nitrox. A lot of people are using nitrox, so most places now, we still have a little bit of silicone in our service center, but most everything's Cristo Lube or Cryotox. You know, it's
Yeah.
O2
So
compatible lubricant.
yeah, I know we pretty much use Crystal Lube like on everything.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, Crystal Lube and Viton O rings.
yeah, just kind of give you an idea of what I signed up for. Deep Blue Adventures in Roatan
Okay.
was one of them. Uh, I also signed up for the Aggressor Adventures for Coco Island out by Costa Rica.
Oh, cool.
So maybe I'll get a tie in there and set up a liveaboard for that on the Aggressor. Who knows?
The Aggressor is an amazing fleet from everything that I've heard. Everybody that's dove on Aggressor, Tim's kind of backed that up here. The Turks and Caicos Aggressor. So, uh, yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I would love to do the Aggressor, but I know we also got a lot of shops that do the Aggressors themselves, so they got a foothold, know what they're doing. Somebody want to do Aggressor, I'd send them right to them
Oh
to do
yeah.
it. But maybe I'll jump on board one day with that crew and go. Who knows? Um, also got one fly and sea dive adventures. Selling group travel. So this kind of give you some little ins and outs on how to handle group travel and get it set up. Which
Oh, cool.
you know, uh, it's kind of what I want to do is set up 2 or 3 trips for everybody because I know we're a destination, so we don't really focus on the travel.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't mind taking some of that and doing the travel myself.
Oh
That
yeah.
way,
Well,
y'all keep the focus on the dive location.
yeah. I mean, dive travel. It gets where you can go different places, experience new destinations and everything. Uh, you know, it's just hard in the summertime. Like you said, being a destination, being able to get out and travel and do that. But, you know, our main focus is kind of the same thing, keeping things running for the new divers taking classes, doing their checkout dives, the divers coming in to fun dive. So,
Yeah. Another one I kind of signed up for was the Dirty Dozen Expedition for the Pacific Theater, World War II,
oh,
and their
that would be interesting.
wrecks. It is, and they're talking about how they went down there and they photographed everything and their photography skills and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, uh, looking forward to that one. That's just some of the information I'll be able to bring back. Some of it's for me, some of it's to use at the shop. And then, of course, I took another one for the Caribbean's best kept secrets. So, maybe I'll know a little bit more about the Caribbean when I'm done too. So,
So, what is the Caribbean's best kept secret?
uh,
It doesn't say.
Saint Estes,
Oh, Saint Eustatius.
Eustatius,
Uh
yeah,
huh.
one of the busiest ports of the Caribbean in the 8th century. Now a sleepy island where time stood still.
Yep.
So I guess they're going to be going over that little island. Like, it
So,
sounds like you've already heard of it. So
oh yeah, yeah. It's Saint Eustatius is part of the uh, Netherland Antilles or Dutch Antilles. Uh, it's right there with Bonaire and Saba or Saba and Saint Eustatius. So never dove there, but yeah, it is kind of part of the. I think it's the Dutch Caribbean now. Maybe it used to be Netherland Antilles, but I think it's Dutch Caribbean.
yeah, just some fun little nitbits, something to help me with the quarry, something to just enjoy. Anytime we're talking about scuba, I mean, it's just as fun as diving itself. So
Oh yeah. Well, you never know when you're going to learn something new, and that's a good thing about even though just talking. I'd rather be diving, but as long as I'm talking scuba, I'm good.
and then of course we have I have a few things with Dan set up going over some case studies and things like that.
Gotcha.
Those are good things just to kind of get immersed in and learn a little bit from.
Yeah. Let's see. Tim Walters here has said Jason Harper and I want to dive pennyroyal in November. What do you project the temps for November and December? So right now we're running in the 62 to 65 range on the surface, so it's chilled off quite a bit. Of course, that cold snap last week, kind of cooled it down a little bit, but you're probably going to look neighborhood of mid 50s, high 50s. November, the rest of November, into December. It really just depends on when we get a snap of cold. Couple days, took it down, 2 or 3 degrees, but if we get a week or two cold snap, it's really gonna drop it. But so yeah, I mean, you're gonna projecting December. I would say in the 50s is what I would say. Will the warming hut be open? Yes, it is actually open. We opened it up a couple of weeks ago. Actually, 3 weeks ago when we had the 58-degree high outside day. The water was warmer than the air. So we went ahead and opened it up, and the coffee and cocoa and all that stuff is available. So
Yeah. So I'm planning on getting my dive on this winter anytime we can.
oh yeah.
I'm hoping we about January or February we can pick a spot time. Uh,
Well, you know
Get
what's
down to
going to
that.
start in January.
Yeah, we start back up working at the quarry again.
Oh yeah. Well, the big project this year. Of course, I know several people have already been told, so it's not really a secret. But we're planning on adding additional pavilion spaces. So we'll see. Exactly how many. The number's 6 to 8. So we'll just have to wait and see how much time we got, how much we get done on it. So that's we're gonna be breaking out the saws and the hammers and the drills and getting
Oh
some
yeah.
getting some
Oh,
pavilions
oh.
added.
Normally we get a bunch of us there and it goes pretty quick too.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at the dock. It took us what 3 weekends,
3 weekends. We had a
but we
lot of
had
people get there.
yeah, we had a lot of people working on that. I mean, well, even the bathroom, the renovation on the bathroom was what 2 weekends.
Yeah.
To paint it and get everything done. So yeah, so
So yeah,
hopefully,
big expansion, more sitting room. It means more picnic tables to make.
um, yeah, but they're not hard to make because we got the frames.
Can we get them in fat man size?
Um, so you want that 2X Fat Man size or three
You got
X
a
Fat
bug
Man
on your
size?
shoulder.
Oh what?
They're right on your neck now. You got a bug. It's crawling
Oh, do
on.
I?
Now it went back behind your head. That's going back down your shoulder.
Oh,
Oh,
I can't see it.
like that. Yeah. I
What is it, a stink bug?
think it's an ant. I
A what?
think it's an ant.
An ant?
Other side.
No, I don't know what that is.
There it is.
Look, looks like a lightning bug, but it's not.
Should have just let it keep going down your neck. You'd be like, what the heck is that?
One thing about it, I'm sitting here shaking and he's holding on for dear life. Okay, he's gone. Whew, lightheaded on that one.
Save that for your bloopers.
Yeah, no joke. Well, last week it was the stink bug wanting to get in on the action on the show, so I don't know what that guy was.
So yeah,
uh,
I'm hoping I can get with Mike and y'all, of course, and us head down and do, maybe do Jenny and Orange Grove. You know, those are two fun ones we like to do.
Oh yeah, and wintertime is a great time to take an extended weekend to head down to Florida. Uh, it's it's a great time to get down there. Water temperature is what 68, 72 degrees year round in that range. So you know it's probably cooler in the ocean in the Gulf than it is in the springs. So
Yeah, but they'll take you out if you still want to go out.
yeah, yeah, I'll take the warm springs.
But
All right,
I don't
JoJo.
mind going and getting in 60-degree water.
Yeah. All right, JoJo. We are about 8 minutes till 9. Let's go ahead and do the tonight's question to the answer above here. In a mixture of non-reacting gases, the total pressure exerted is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of the individual gas. What is Dalton's law? So,
What is Dalton's law?
what is Dalton's law for 200? And don't pass go. So, a little bit more diving physics for you guys. What is Dalton's law?
Good
So,
thing to know when you want to do nitrox and trimix.
yeah, kind of got to know that kind of thing. So that's what that correlates into is, so your partial pressures, how much gas makes up the total sum of gas. Mr. Dalton helped us out with that a long time ago.
Smarter than I am.
All right, JoJo. Since we're got just a few minutes left, what you have any final thoughts for us for tonight?
Time change sucks.
Well, and there's one thing that I have not seen, not seen tonight on the comments.
Probably why we don't got a lot of people here tonight is because the time changed. They haven't readjusted to the time change.
They'll see the replay, right?
Yeah. Is he coming on now?
No, but seriously, nobody has picked up on it yet tonight. You know what I'm talking
I
about.
see it. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? I don't know if Chad and Emily's still in here or not. I know Chad was in here earlier, but they posed the question, I don't know, several episodes ago. But JoJo, you sound a whole lot better tonight.
Yeah. I don't really know because I can't hear myself.
What? So did you get it to not feed or to echo?
Echo, echo, echo. Is that what you mean?
So just so everybody knows, JoJo got a new microphone.
I actually got
Yeah.
a nice one.
Yeah, got a
Courtesy
new.
of Chris there.
Well, every time we would get on, we would have to tweak with the audio because there was this really bad hum. And I know Emily had said it several weeks ago that we needed to do a GoFundMe to get JoJo a new microphone. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to get JoJo a new microphone. So now
Yeah,
we can hear. Huh?
I was doing yard work and you call me. You're getting a package from Amazon. I was like, what's he sending me a package from? Are my regulators fixed? No, it wouldn't come through Amazon. What the heck did he send me?
Yeah, and next thing I know, I'm getting a picture of a microphone set up in front of his computer. He's already got it busted out of the
Yeah,
box.
I'm already doing audio testing on it and all that fun stuff.
But it does. It sounds a whole lot better. At least we got something we can actually hear JoJo and not a.
Maybe I can work on the lighting. That way my face doesn't look all shaded all the time.
Well, you're like me. You got a couple of glare spots up here.
Yeah, it's all shining on my head. I need it coming more down.
All right, JoJo. Well, we're really looking forward to Dema next week. Yeah, next year. Like I said, when we first come on, we don't know if we're going to be on next Monday night or not because Monday's a travel day. We don't know what time we're going to get to our hotel room down in New Orleans. So we're not really sure if we're gonna be able to get on in time or not. Uh, we're just gonna play it by ear. Either JoJo or I one will send out a post. If we're gonna be on Monday, we'll know more once we get on the road and we get a ETA of when we're supposed to get there. Of course, that's a 9.5, 10 hour ride without bathroom breaks added in and to eat. So
Nah, I ain't gonna go there. I can see the shoe flying.
So we're gonna play that. We're gonna play next week by ear. Worst case scenario, if we're not on next Monday night, of course we'll be back the following Monday night with a DEMA recap. Hopefully we'll get tons of photos and hopefully they'll won't be any secret ones that they won't let us show. uh, no, you can't show this. No flash photography allowed.
Mm.
I was actually at DEMA show probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I had my DSLR, had everything set up, and I walked into the Henderson booth, Henderson wetsuits. Of course, we wear Henderson dealer. So I'm taking pictures, doing all this, and this guy come up and he's like, "What are you doing with that camera?" Taking pictures, dude. I'm a dealer. Oh, okay. It's like, really? What am I, the competition coming in here trying to steal your design? No, I'm a dealer. I'm just taking pictures so I can show the guys when I get back home. You know.
I love
Yeah.
Henderson. It's nice and stretchy, but I think about everybody's come out with their own stretchy stuff now. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's all stretchable. Unless you eat too much at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then your wetsuit shrinks. Yeah, we don't
yeah,
get
I had
bigger.
that
It's the
issue.
wetsuit.
For some reason, mine shrinks every year.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm
Well,
about maxed out on the wetsuit
it,
size.
it's not that it shrinks; it just loses its elasticity.
Something. It also gets a lot thinner too.
Well, they do shrink. I mean, they do compress. So if you're like Brian and take it down, 130, 140 foot for 2.5 hours on a cave dive, yeah, it's going to compress a little bit.
I got 3 dives on this, and it's paper thin.
It's like, why is my 5 mil a 3 mil?
I'm pretty sure I turn on my 5 mils into a 3 mil within a year. So
Oh yeah. All right, guys, it is that 9 o'clock hour, so it is time for us to say adios for this evening. Just want to thank you guys for tuning in with us. This is we've been doing this since the pandemic started in 2020. Really, it didn't have any clue that we would be carrying this on this long. Luckily, the pandemic stuff is gone, but we're still here, so something good come out of it anyway. But me and Joe, we like coming to you guys on Monday nights, talking about our favorite thing, scuba diving, getting to share our adventures, getting to converse with you guys in the comment section there. Always a great time. So we thank you guys for tuning in. Again, next Monday night, we're really not sure if we're going to be on just because of DEMA and it being a travel day. But JoJo, we'll be together, so one of us will get on the group and send out a post if we are or if we're not. But again, thank you guys for tuning in with us. Can't wait to do this again. If we're not on next week, excuse me. If we're not on next week, then we'll be back the following week, which is the 20th, we'll be back on. Have a DEMA recap or DEMA wrap up, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we'll talk about some of the new latest and greatest dive toys coming out. Uh-oh, Joe, did you freeze? Nope, he moved. Okay.
No, don't forget about Black Friday and small
Oh
business.
yes, yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah,
I figured I'd remind you.
oh yeah, the season pass information has went out on our main Facebook page uh, for the Black Friday Small Business Saturday. For you guys who are looking for an opportunity to dive, the park will be open 10 to 5 Black Friday, both Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, and then reservations only up until New Year's Day. Will be open for New Year's Day, and then of course, reservations after that until the start of the 2024 season, or better wise known as the 30th. That's right, 30 years. We start next year, April. I believe it's the 8th. I can't remember the date. I've seen too many dates lately. Uh, yeah. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. It is actually April the 13th is when we open the 30th season. So, but anyway, more about the 30th season and things that's coming up to celebrate 30 years of serving divers will be coming up over the winter. JoJo, I guess I'll see you this weekend, and we'll be heading to Nowlands.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Again, thanks for tuning in. We're out of here. We'll catch you guys next time right here on the Penny Royal Divers Group Monday Night Safety Stop. If you're diving this weekend and you're diving with us, we can't wait to see you. If you're not, we hope you have a safe, wonderful, and awesome diving experience. JoJo? Nolans.